Welcome to Life in the UK Test.biz, where learning is fun. A lot of people have gardens at home and will spend their free time looking after them. Some people rent additional land called an allotment, where they grow fruit and vegetables. Gardening and flower shows range from major national exhibitions to small local events. Many towns have garden centres selling plants and gardening equipment. There are famous gardens to visit throughout the UK, including Kew Gardens, Sissinghurst and Heathcote in England, Crathis Castle and Inverewe Castle in Scotland, Bodnant Garden in Wales, and Mount Stewart in Northern Ireland. There are many different places to go shopping in the UK. Most towns and cities have a central shopping area, which is called the town centre. Undercover shopping centres are also common. These might be in town centres or on the outskirts of a town or city. England, roast beef, which is served with potatoes, vegetables, Yorkshire puddings, batter that is baked in the oven, and other accompaniments. Fish and chips are also popular. Scotland, haggis, a sheep's stomach stuffed with offal, suet, onions and oatmeal. Northern Ireland, Ulster fry, a fried meal with bacon, eggs, sausage, black pudding, white pudding, tomatoes, mushrooms, soda bread and potato bread. Wales, Welsh cakes, a traditional Welsh snack made from flour, dried fruits and spices, and served either hot or cold. Films were first shown publicly in the UK in 1896 and film screenings very quickly became popular. From the beginning, filmmakers became famous for clever special effects, and this continues to be an area of British expertise. Sir Charles Charlie Chaplin became famous in silent movies for his tramp character and was one of many British actors to make a career in Hollywood. British studios flourished in the 1930s. Eminent directors included Sir Alexander Korda and Sir Alfred Hitchcock, who later left for Hollywood and remained an important film director until his death in 1980. The 1950s and 1960s were a high point for British comedies, including Passport to Pimlico, The Ladicula's and, later, the Carry On films. Many of the films now produced in the UK are made by foreign companies, using British expertise. Some of the most commercially successful films of all time, including the two highest-grossing film franchises, Harry Potter and James Bond, have been produced in the UK. Recent British actors to have won Oscars include Colin Firth, Sir Anthony Hopkins, Dame Judi Dench, Kate Winslet and Tilda Swinton. The annual British Academy Film Awards, hosted by the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, BAFTA, are the British equivalent of the Oscars. Some famous British films: The 39 Steps, 1935, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, Brief Encounter, 9th The Traditions of Comedy and Satire, and The Ability to Laugh at Ourselves, are an important part of the UK character. In the 19th century, satirical magazines began to be published. The most famous was Punch, which was published for the first time in the 1840s. Today, political cartoons continue to be published in newspapers, and magazines such as Private Eye continue the tradition of comedians were a popular feature of British Music Hall, a form of variety theatre which was very common until television became the leading form of entertainment in the UK. Some of the people who had performed in the music halls in the 1940s and 1950s, such as Morecambe and Wise, became stars of television. Television comedy developed its own style, situation comedies, or sitcoms, which often look at family life and relationships in the workplace. EastEnders and Coronation Street are popular soap operas. British television shows a wide variety of programmes. One TV licence covers all of the equipment at one address, but people who rent different rooms in a shared house must buy a separate TV licence. You will receive a fine of up to £1,000 if you watch TV but do not have a TV license. One TV license covers all of the equipment at one address, but people who rent different rooms in a shared house must buy a separate TV license. Money from TV licenses goes to the BBC. You need to buy a TV license if there are no TVs in your house but you watch TV programs on your mobile phone. People over 75 can apply for a free TV license and blind people can get a 50% discount. Social networking websites such as Facebook and Twitter are a popular way for people to stay in touch with friends, organize social events, and share photos, videos and opinions. Many people use social networking on their mobile phones when out and about. Public houses, pubs, are an important part of the UK social culture. Pubs are usually open during the day from 11 AM, 12 noon on Sundays. By alcohol in a pub or nightclub you must be 18 or over, but people under that age may be allowed in some pubs with an adult. When they are 16, people can drink wine or beer with a meal in a hotel or restaurant, including eating areas in pubs, as long as they are with someone over 18. In the UK, people often enjoy a gamble on sports or other events. There are also casinos in many places. You have to be 18 to go into betting shops or gambling clubs. It is illegal for any person under the age of 16 to buy a lottery ticket. There is a national lottery for which draws are made every week. You can enter by buying a ticket or a scratch card. People under 16 are not allowed to participate in the national lottery. A lot of people in the UK have pets such as cats or dogs. They might have them for company or because they enjoy looking after them. It is against the law to treat a pet cruelly or to neglect it. All dogs in public places must wear a collar showing the name and address of the owner. The owner is responsible for keeping the dog under control and for cleaning up after the animal in a public place. Vaccinations and medical treatment for animals are available from veterinary surgeons, vets. There are charities which may help people who cannot afford to pay a vet.